Welcome back. We're here this morning with Karen Herdglatz from Who Haven and Dave Hippus, also from Who Haven. You guys have brought some birds to show us, and the reason is because you have this big fundraising effort going on right now.
We do, and we're very excited about it. Who Haven will be the only, help me out here, David, wildlife facility
within the state of Illinois that'll have a heated aquatic area.
Wow.
Inside.
That's right.
So what all does that involve?
It actually has heated floors now. They have special floors. It has a pond with, it can either be regular water or heated water. It has windows. It has a area where if you needed to quarantine an animal, you can do that. So we are very, very excited about it. And we did get a huge grant from Exelon, as I'm sure everybody's aware of, except it didn't finish it. And we knew that was going to occur.
It covered a big part of it, though.
Oh, it did. But we're about 10 grand short of trying to get it done. And so that's what we're asking people to help us with.
So how can people make a donation if they're interested in helping out?
Why, they can either go on the website, whohaven.org, or they can, and I'm sure you'll flash it, but they can send it to P.O. Box 594, Durand, Illinois, 61024.
We've got that up on your screen right now.
Oh, cool.
What kind of advantage is this? Because I came out to visit you at Who Haven a couple of years ago, and I remember it was around October, November, and it was getting chilly out. And does that cause a problem for the animals you take care of?
It doesn't cause a problem so much for them because we make it work. But as David can tell you, for instance, we have a trumpeter swan in, we have a pelican in, our sixth one. We obviously, during the winter, we get injured geese and ducks. And so we're not going to let them be without water, so we have wader pools. You fill them all the way up, you throw the fish in there, but every day those have to be emptied. And as anybody with small children know, those pools get really heavy. So this will have its own circulation pump, and it'll have a grinder pump in it. So if fish or some wood or anything goes down in it, we also get otters, minks, if we get beavers in, so they need a place during the winter to be able to swim, get better, and that type of thing.
So is this the facility then, David, have the animals already moved in, or do you have to finish the project before they can move in?
Yeah, we have to finish it, yeah.
Okay, so this is very crucial to get the money as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
It seems like that's going to make your job so much easier and also make the animals so much more comfortable.
Oh, absolutely, sure. Like right now, like Karen said, these wader pools, what do we have? Approximately maybe 10 inches, 11 inches of water in it when it's full. You know, now this new aquatic pen will have an area that's almost 3 feet deep.
That's huge.
You know, so that's a big, big difference.
Well, and for these animals you're rehabbing, it's so important, I would imagine, to give them as close to their natural habitat as you can.
Sure,
that's right.
Sure.
So that's a big difference. Okay, let's get on to the fun part, because you guys brought a hawk and an owl.
That's right.
Woo! As the hawk tries to get away. She's been sitting here so calmly the whole time, and as soon as I mention her name, that's my cue. I'm going. This is Samantha, the one who just tried to flee.
She's
and the owl is Jessie. Yeah, tell us about Samantha first.
Well, Samantha's approximately 7, 8, 9 years of age. We're not exactly sure. When she came to us, she had a broken wing. We got a pin in her wing, but she's unable to fly. We couldn't release her.
Does she know that?
She knows that.
Seems like she thinks she can fly.
Exactly. She can only hop flight, so if she was going to be released out into the wild, she would starve to death.
Wow.
So we were able to move her into our educational program, and in Illinois, it's illegal to have a perfectly healthy bird moved in your educational program. Something has to be wrong with it, or it can't be released.
Okay, well, she certainly does seem to be feeling fine. She has a lot of energy. And then tell us about Jessie. How did you get her?
Jessie actually almost arrived on the doorstep. Somebody had her and then found out from neighbors that it was illegal, which it is, and they called us up and asked if they just brought her out and dropped her off, would we take her? And we never want to get into fault or whether you should have. We just want to do what's best for the animal. And people honestly usually just are really trying with their best heart. So Jessie's like 15 to 16 years old.
How long do owls live?
Well, out in the wild, she would have surpassed hers by now. But in captivity, she could easily live to be 20. Wow. She came in with cataracts. Back then, they didn't do cataract surgery. We've actually had an offer for her cataracts to be removed. But they've actually stepped back and said because of her age and anesthesia, they just soon think that's probably not a good idea anymore. So she can see shadows and movement and things like that, but she would never do well out in the wild to be able to catch her own food and that type of thing.
Can she see Samantha right now?
She can see her and she knows her. Samantha and Jesse do programs. David and I do a lot together. So they're used to each other, but yeah.
Did you see this? As you were talking, her head did like a 180 to look at me. I think that's so cool. Are owls the only birds that do that? How their head just kind of pivots independently from their body, it seems like.
It is, and I am glad you said 180 instead of 360, because one of the things...
We'd be doing a whole different show.
That's right. Everybody thinks, you know, they're like the Exorcist. They can swing it around, and they really can't. But they have 14 cervical vertebrae, where we only have 7. And so that's what gives them the ability. She can actually do 270.
Whoa.
But she can't do the full 360, so yeah.
I can do like 120. That's so cool. So her eyes look a little bit cloudy. Is that the
that's the cataract? Yep.
Okay. I wanted to bring this up too. You were talking about how it's illegal to keep a healthy bird in captivity. You were also telling me before we got started here that I'm not allowed to touch them, and that's also against federal rules, right?
That's right. That's right.
Can you explain that?
It's just actually, and they understand when you do fundraisers and TV, most of the time you're supposed to have an 8-foot separation between you and your audience. And everybody thinks that's for the protection of the people, and it probably is to a certain degree. But David and I and all the birds out there, everything is done on a trust issue. And so people don't mean it, but they move quick. And you know, you get real close to something, and most people desperately want to do the touch thing. Yeah. And so if you keep them far enough away, then it kind of takes that out of their reach.
Gotcha. So there's actually a federal rule against people reaching out, because they're wild animals.
Yes, they are.
They live with you guys in captivity, but they're wild animals.
That's exactly it.
They are, and they have their own big pens where they can move around and fly and eat and get away from people, and yet they can, you know, be the boon that brings everybody closer to nature.
Yep. It's the same thing with eagles. You know, even though we have the eagles, it is illegal for Who Haven to have any eagle feathers. We literally twice a year have to box up all the eagle feathers, and Steve mails them off to an eagle depository center in Colorado.
Really? What's the deal with eagle feathers? People want those?
Well, the federal government takes them and etches a serial number on them and logs the serial number, and then the eagle feathers are given out to the Indian tribes, and that way they're used for headdresses, ceremonies, and stuff like that.
I had no idea.
Even though regular people can't have them, the rehabbers can't even have them.
But you also have to remember they are the U.S. national symbol. So you don't want somebody putting an eagle feather in their hair or on a hat. That is so disrespectful. So yeah, so it's absolutely against the law for anybody but the Indians to have them.
That makes sense. And I mean, feathers are a big trend right now, so I'm sure a lot of people want to get their hands on them. But I can't imagine putting a serial number on every feather.
Everyone is etched in there, yeah.
That's crazy. Now tell us about Samantha, because she has not stopped talking since we started here. Is she always this chatty?
She's a little chatterbox when we get her out for programs. That's correct. Now, if she was back in her flight pen where we have a large area for her to move around in, she typically doesn't chat that much. Okay. But when we get out on programs and she gets on my glove, she tends to be a little chatterbox.
What is she trying to tell you?
Maybe she's just happy and she enjoys doing this. She really likes the programs. You know, I'll walk into a crowd and there'll be a lot of kids or there'll be a large audience, and you get that initial ooh, ah. And you can just see her perk right up, you know, her feathers get up and stuff, and she really enjoys it, yeah.
Do you think she understands that people like her?
Absolutely.
She's a star.
I gotcha. That's so cool. We do have to take a quick break. I wish we didn't, but I wanted to ask you real quick about these furry claws that the owl has, because she just has skin, and then she has fur on her claws. Yep. Why is that?
That is because owls are your silent flyer. If at night she could fly a foot away from your head and you would never hear her because she has serration on all of her feathers, and then she has feathers all the way down to her talons.
Those are feathers? I don't know how close you can see here, but it looks like fur.
No, it's feathers. And that's what gives her the silent flight.
Wow. We definitely do need to take a break. I just wanted to ask about that real quick. You brought some other animals with you, so we're going to go ahead and put the owl and the hawk away, get the other animals out, and we'll take a quick break, and we'll show you them when we come back.
Cool.